Hello everyone, a big bat welcome here on Welcome to the Batcave on theStream.tv. I am Daniel Pickett of Action Figure Insider, and I'm here with my lovely co-host Tatiana of the Marvel Report.
Yes, I'm a traitor. And I also look like I'm texting, but really I'm just checking on the topics.
That's very topical, and we appreciate that. So we're live right now here on the internets, the YouTubes, the Twitters and all that sort of thing. So
showing your age.
What? Come on now. That's what the kids say, right? With their fax machines and their hula hoops. Yeah, join us right now on Twitter using the hashtag Welcome to the Batcave, or leave your comments. You can talk to us right now live here on YouTube. So please let us know what's going on in your bat life right now.
We'll see if Daniel knows how to answer you because, you know, as an older gentleman, it is hard for him to understand.
It hurts in here. Such a painful show tonight. So yeah, we're going to talk about all the bat goodness that has come out this past week. There's always lots of Batman news, and we are going to tackle it all right here on these two sofas. So we're going to start with some Bat comic news.
Yes.
This past weekend was New York Comic Con, so naturally there's a lot of announcements surrounding that, and I think two of the big ones, first of all, is the Batwoman solo series coming now.
Yes. I have been waiting so long. I mean, it really wasn't that long, but ever since they canceled Batwoman's last series, I wanted her to come back. And
now your wish has come true.
Yes.
So it's going to be written by Marguerite Bennett with artist Steve Epting.
Yes.
And it's going to come out at your local comic book shops in February.
Yeah, starting with a Rebirth issue, of course.
Right.
And then going into the 1, 2, and 3. And they said that they are definitely going to be delving into her romantic past, both presumably Renee and Maggie, as well as other relationships that may have led her to this point.
Which was a very hot topic in the comic world surrounding New 52, as there was more sort of a direction to not have heroes involved with significant others.
Boo. Boo to that direction.
I did not give the mandate. I'm just, you know, in case you, I know some people bowed out of New 52, and I think hopefully they're coming back for Rebirth, because it does really look like there's some good stuff coming now.
Yeah,
so yeah, and this is a prime example.
Yeah, it's important for us to be able to see Kate in those relationships and explore that part of her identity, because it's important to have, you know, an LGBT hero like her.
Right.
So I'm really excited for that.
And she's been factoring in very heavily just with the already established Rebirth Bat family.
Yeah.
You know, she's
been doing great in Detective Comics.
Right. She's had a pretty sizable role in that. So. And as excited as you were about that,
yes,
I believe you are even more excited
about Catwoman.
That's right.
Yes. Now, my problem with this is that it was the one tweet that was from the panel, you know, like from popbreak.com, said that Tom King announced at New York Comic Con that Catwoman's going to be the second lead in Batman comics. I think starting with number 10.
Okay.
We're going from there. So I'm super excited about this, but I'm also waiting for like more articles about this. Like, someone tell me what's going on. Everyone tweet Tom King, asking him when this is happening, how it's happening.
But when you tweet him, you know, put the hashtag Welcome to the Batcave so we can follow the conversation too, because we would like to know.
I really need to know,
what's going on
guys.
with that.
Because since Rebirth started, I don't know, Selina's nowhere to be found. Like, she's not in the Batman title. There is no Catwoman title anymore. She hasn't shown up in Detective Comics. I don't know. I feel like I've been reading all the Bat options, and she's not in any of them. It's just DC bombshells that she shows up every once in a while. That's it. So
they've been cautiously, you know, holding her back.
I don't know why.
To make it more of an event.
Clearly, that must be what it is. There better be some like huge announcement and like a welcome back party, because.
She'll have her own day, like we had Batman Day,
yes,
and then we'll have the Catwoman Day coming out.
I think that there should be.
We'll cough up hairballs and act like we ignore people that we don't.
And I think that more your speed, you know.
Is that another old guy joke?
I'm sorry,
I feel like it's just punch
I can't let it go
tonight.
now. That's my theme for the day.
Yes. So a title for us older, more distinguished. I believe you called me wise.
You are wise. It's true. He's a very wise man, like Yoda.
There is a great crossover coming to the '66 Batman comic book that I think a lot of people have been hoping, dreaming, praying for, writing to their congressman, teaming up 66 Batman, the Adam West Batman, with the 77 Linda Carter Wonder Woman. And that's something that, you can only get in comics right now.
That's so true.
It's very, very exciting. We've seen a little bit of, they've done a Green Hornet crossover in the 66 Batman, and now doing that, putting these two characters together somehow. I don't know how they're going to deal with the timeline.
Yeah, they said there's going to be like 3 different, 44, 66, and then 77.
Right.
So it's like, what are they doing in 44?
Well, Wonder Woman, started in the...
But what's Batman doing? Just being a toddler who sees the...
Yes, I think that is it, yes.
Who sees the princess with the mascara come out.
So it's being written by Mark Andreyko, who will do a bang-up job. I got to talk to Mark at length at Comic-Con, actually.
Tell us your insider knowledge.
Well, he wasn't really. He was mostly talking to me about the Trump campaign and how he did not like it at the time. He did not let that cat out of the bag yet at Comic-Con. But yeah, so he'll do a great job on that. I'm really looking forward to that. He's writing it with Jeff Parker, with art by David Hahn and Carl Kessel, who that's a name. I mean, that's a blast from the past name right there. A lot of great 70s and 80s comics from Carl Kessel. So that's awesome to see him sort of back in doing his art chores again. I'm excited to see that. So yeah, Batman 66 meets Wonder Woman 77. I'm in.
It's going to be epic, yeah.
Yes.
I mean, and just in general, it seems like it's so amazing to have, I assume if you're like Adam West or, to have your likeness just crystallized forever there in comic book form. Obviously you can see yourself in the episodes themselves.
Right.
But to actually see how you, from however many, 40 years ago, 50 years ago, meeting Linda Carter from that time, it's so great.
So despite it being a title for older people, it typically comes out digitally first, and then they will put it out in actual paper form. That's right.
I'm just kidding.
The oldsters
still
still have to go to the comic book shop and pick it up, give them our money, and talk to the nice people behind the counter, because that's the only way we know how to buy or read comics.
No, but to be fair, that is also the best way to get comics.
I'm giving you the stink eye right now.
It is so great to go to comic book shops and meet other people who have similar feelings or even very different feelings about comics from you, And that's how you get the best recommendations. So whatever, support your local comic book shops. You don't have to get everything digitally.
That's right.
So.
There's something great about just paper, just turning the page and smelling it.
Yeah. I need the digital so I can make screenshots and get art and stuff, but otherwise I always go to the comic book shop and buy it.
All right. Then in Bat movie news, this is kind of an update from some things we talked about in last week's episode of Welcome to the Batcave. The Ben Affleck Batman movie had been announced kind of officially, we thought.
It even trended on Twitter.
That it was called The Batman. And now they're saying, hold on.
We've been lied to.
We don't know. Maybe that's not so much the case right now. So maybe that's the working title for it.
Yeah. I think in an interview when he was with Anna Kendrick, he was just saying that he had said in an interview, right now we're calling it The Batman or The Batman Project just to give it a name because it's still in development.
Right.
The way he talked about it, he was almost like, oh, we don't know if there's a movie or not, which I doubt.
Completely contrary to everything we heard last time. Well, we know there's a movie.
Right,
That's
I
ridiculous.
doubt that means we're just going to scrap it. I think.
They don't show that test footage of, Deathstroke.
Yeah, he even said Deathstroke was going to be the villain.
We'll just see. Yeah. Will people like this or not? I don't know.
But basically, it's still in the working stages.
Still in the working stages, but again, maybe not coming in the timeline that they last week they said, again, it was moving up a year potentially. Now maybe that's not the case. So this is an ongoing saga. We don't know where it's going to land yet. 1 week it's one thing, the next week it's something else. We will try and keep you as up to date as we can on all this sort of thing.
Sort of like Batman himself. Blink and you miss him.
That's true.
He's there and then he's not.
He's he's like the night. So there's some other cool stuff that is happening. The return of the Cape Crusader, which again, back to the 66 Batman. That is the DVD they're kind of they're referring to it almost as this is the lost third season of 66 Batman. Is kind of how they approached it. So there's a lot going on with that right now. Literally tonight, instead of while we're here recording, there are other people we could have been in a theater watching
Darn it.
Tonight was the one night that Fathom Events was showing it in a theater. But the news came out that they're already looking at a sequel for it, which is awesome. And they're talking about William Shatner being Two-Face. And Two-Face is a villain that did not actually show up in the 66 universe on the original TV show.
So it's going to be just
Shatner and West together. I mean, that is going to be
two icons.
Animation gold. I don't know if you got to see. There was just there was kind of a like a summer. I don't want to call it a throwaway show, but they put kind of this programming on, in the summer that's just like, it's not a regular series. It was called Better Late Than Never.
Okay,
and it was Shatner, Henry Winkler, George Foreman, and they all they went out on these they traveled all over China, Japan, Thailand, and Shatner was amazing in this. I mean, it was really great just seeing him sort of not acting, just being Shatner.
I mean, I think that so where do I watch this?
It was on NBC.
NBC. Oh, okay. Interesting. Yeah, because really, I only see Shatner live tweeting his feelings on television shows nowadays. So I would be interested in seeing Shatner being Shatner.
Because Shatner's had a really great sort of renaissance lately. He's done some of those interview shows. He did Raw Nerve and some of those, which I really dug. And it was a very different sort of Shatner. So as he also becomes an older gentleman, which I associate with, it's very interesting to see his sort of rebirth. And man, just seeing him as Two-Face, that's going to be dynamite. I cannot wait for that.
I think that that's a perfect role for him.
Yeah, I don't know that they've announced a date for that yet. But,
no, I don't think they have.
But just the fact that we know it's coming, that's something all of us old people, we should take care of ourselves.
I watched his announcement.
So that we live that long.
His announcement. I'm sure you will at least be alive. But no, I'm not going to lie. When I heard that it was going to be for the sequel, and I was like, oh, I hope they're going to be okay. I hope they get it filmed quickly. No, just kidding. I'm sure that you will both live long and fruitful lives.
So yeah, along the same lines with Return of the Caped Crusader, the actual debut of it happened this past weekend at New York Comic Con.
And
so
what
people
did you
got to
hear
see
about it?
Actually, I had a guy.
You had a guy
that I sent from Action Figure Insider to cover New York Comic Con. He got to interview both the writers for it, as well as Adam West. That's up on actionfigureinsider.com. I'll put a link down in the comments of this so people can go see that.
Or you can check it on his Twitter.
And he really, I mean, he got to see the movie then, and he really, really dug it. Just, that same idea of carrying that third season, what we didn't get to see, what we always sort of wanted to see that keep going, and to see all those great villains together. And there's a great sort of secondary cast coming in and filling some of the roles of the actors that are no longer with us from the old 66 show. So,
but yeah, I'm definitely looking forward to watching that movie. I have to get myself the DVD.
Yeah.
I think
the
Blu-ray.
if you want the DVD, I think it's coming out November 1st. So we have to wait a little bit longer if you're not sitting in the theater watching the Fathom event tonight. Yeah, then it's coming out on all the other popular formats coming soon. Now moving into collectible news, I spend a great deal of my time going around looking for Batman toys as well as other superhero things. That's kind of my jam.
And you do it very well.
Well, thank you. And I walked into a Toys R Us this week and saw something I'd never heard of that was coming, which that's always a nice surprise. And B, just something kind of so bizarre. They were these sort of Batman sort of robot motorcycle toys where he had both his hands were wheels. There's 3 different versions of them. He's got a yellow bat emblem, a blue one, and a sort of red one where he looks like more sort of Batman Beyond. It's a company called Tech for Kids.
Tech for Kids.
And
now, is it like remote control ones?
It was not remote control.
Can you ride them yourself?
No, I mean, they're only about this tall.
Yeah.
And they had they showed some pictures of some different ways you could pose it, but it was this bizarre,
It's like Batman Transformers going on.
Yeah, kind of. Yeah, I think it's.
Yeah, look at that. Like, oh yeah, I see the Batman Beyond one. Yeah. Oh, okay.
But it's sort of,
so weird.
It just seems like it's sort of a strange,
It looks like a tricycle.
It kind of does, yeah, because his legs are wheels. There's a big wheel too. But I think it was just this company was like, we'd like to do something with Batman.
Right.
We can't make like a proper figure because Mattel will come and have our,
Even though
we'll snuff out our children or something.
Batman.
Yeah. But, what if we make him like a robot motorcycle?
Yeah.
Is that okay? And so Tech for Kids came up with the Tri-Drive figures.
I just want to know. I feel like I would get them just to understand.
Yeah.
Like there's one like he's like waving to the audience, and there's one where, one
you
where
can
it's like
pose them.
the
He's got
bat,
his shoulders, his elbows, and
motorcycle.
his wrists.
Yeah.
I don't know. They're very, very strange, but they're at Toys R Us right now for about $15.
Well, if you guys want to make them like remote control operated, then I would definitely get them. I don't even know what your company name is, but
Tech for Kids.
Tech for Kids.
The number 4, yo.
4. All right.
That's hip with the kids.
Yeah, exactly. They know how to reach the youths.
They do.
So.
Other collectible news from Diamond Select Toys, the 3rd series of Gotham action figures came out. Yes. These are 7-inch figures. This is the 3rd wave that they're coming out with.
Yeah, my only question is, what's Bruce doing in the 3rd wave? The disrespect.
Spreading it. They got to spread the love around a little bit. So typically with these Gotham figures, there are 2 different versions of each character. There is a mass market version that shows up at Toys R Us, and then there's a direct market version you can get at your comic book shop. The comic book shop version have a really cool, like, giant accessory. Like Bruce comes with the big bookshelf from his library. Barbara comes with, I think, like the Arkham Gate.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. So.
That's super interesting.
Yeah.
I didn't know that there was a special comic book shop version.
Yeah, that's something Diamond Select does with a lot of their, toys.
Sense.
These are 7-inch figures, great sculpts, look like the actors. I think they might be sending us a set, so we might be having a closer look at them. And then the third figure
for Alexis.
is Zaz, yeah. That's right. So just timely because he's going to be showing up later this season.
Exactly.
So very excited by that. Those just hit comic shops this past Wednesday. So I expect the retail versions, they usually follow just about a week or so later.
Oh, okay. So you can pick them up with your comic books on Wednesday, or at that point, they might already be at Target.
That is correct, yes. Along the same note, there were more Batman reveals from Diamond Select at New York Comic Con. So they sent out a little teaser, but then we also had some guys there at the show looking at stuff. And along the same line with Gotham, they have a new box set of their Mini-Mates figures. And Mini-Mates are a line that have been running for almost 15 years now.
They're
these
so
little,
cute.
these little sort of like 2.5-inch figures that all have that same sort of block body. This is a box set that's coming, and we have Bullock, we have Lee.
Oh, Bullock.
In there.
Okay, no wonder. I was like, I know that's not Gordon.
Hugo Strange, and we have Mr. Freeze. So 2 good guys, 2 bad guys in the box set, and they come in a nice little package with Gotham. So that will fill out your Gotham Mini-Mate set.
And they look like, I don't know, they kind of look like you could chill out with like Legos. Like put
funny you should say that, actually. When Mini-Mates were created by a company called Art Asylum, and they started a construction set. So actually all the peg holes, all the peg holes in Mini-Mates will fit on the little Lego pegs
there you go.
also.
Now you can make a Lego Arkham Asylum and stick your Mini-Mates in there.
That's right. That's right. Absolutely. And then something else also tying into Gotham, in our talk of Mad Hatter and our talk of 66 Batman, their newest bust, Diamond Select in that series, is the 66 Mad Hatter, which was just a goofy guy with a hat that eyeballs came out of.
This guy doesn't want to bone his sister, so I'm already willing to buy his bust.
Hashtag Gotham After Show. That's timely, yeah. So that's a fun bust, and again, going deep into the Gotham villain line, Diamond Select busts. So that will be coming to your comic book shop within the next year or so. It shouldn't take that long. Probably about 3 or 4 months. You'll see that guy show up.
That's true. They always announce them, and then I'm like waiting. And I'm waiting a little longer, and I'm like, and then I forget what they were by the time that. the time that they come out.
That does happen. And then the absolute breaking news, this is fresh as today's headlines because it did come out today, the news that Funko in their pop vinyl line, which is sweeping the nation.
Yep, their infinite wisdom.
Have finally, they are making Batman the Animated Series pop vinyl. So you wouldn't know that if that, because it's an animated style, that would work in their pop style, but then you see it and you go, yep, it absolutely does.
It works for
Those
me.
are adorable. I would like to have those. So the first wave, you have Batman, Robin, Batgirl, Joker, and then you have
Harley Quinn, Poison Ivy.
Yes, that's right. And these are all from the original, just the Batman the Animated Series before they changed the designs to the new Batman Adventures. So maybe we'll see even more of them coming later. I suspect this will be a very popular wave with them, and we will see more along the way. Maybe like a big Clayface figure.
Right,
or
I was gonna
something.
say,
There's
like they bring out several waves, so we're gonna get some get in deep with random villains and stuff pretty soon.
That is true. So for fan news,
yes.
would you like to talk a little bit about what some of the stuff that happened at New York Comic Con?
Yes, speaking of New York Comic Con, our beloved David, little Bruce from Gotham, brought his puppy out on stage. Robin, the Wonder Dog.
Yes.
Who looked super awesome. When I heard the crowd went wild, the audience.
Not just named, but also in costume.
In costume, yes. So yeah, it's every Batman needs his Robin. So I think I'm really glad that that David has his. Speaking of, at the panel, one of the fans asked Erin, who plays Barbara, about whether or not she really killed her parents because we didn't see it on screen. And she brought up that is very possible, especially if they want to do a rekindling of the Barbara and Jim romance, which was super crazy to me. Like, I didn't think that could ever happen again.
That's very interesting.
Yeah, but if she's talking about the possibility, it makes me wonder if we're going to go there. I don't know. I mean, I guess that's one way to hope that we will eventually get, no, we won't see it, but just to know that Barbara Gordon, Batgirl, will exist one day.
Right.
You know, so I don't know. What do you think about that?
I think that's an exciting possibility.
Yeah.
We shall see going forward. And also, you've dug up something this week with some Russian fans.
Yes. There's a Russian fan collective called 2D Among Us, and recently they've decided to do a series of just like pop culture icons stuck in or living in Russia, right? So we've got these two from Batman, just Batman chilling with some Russians, and then if his Batmobile's in front of a Dushka. So I think that's really cool. Like, it's always interesting to see the ways in which different fans are going to engage with their media, So, like, I guess it'd be nice if I were just to see, like, even weirder might be Batman hanging out in California instead of New York, like Batman and at the beach on Santa Monica Pier.
Well, we did. I mean, 66 Batman again.
There you go.
He did go surfing. He and the Joker had a big surf
But
off.
I want to see like Christian Bale, like Batfleck, Batman chilling over there because it's sort of a very different aesthetic.
It's much harder to swing from building to building.
Yeah.
Like in Santa Monica and
But you can surf from wave to wave.
You could surf from wave to wave.
Yeah.
That is true. I won't fight you on that. But yeah, it makes a little, especially, everyone thinks of it just as, sunny and bright, and he only comes out at night. So that cuts down his Batman time significantly.
That's true. That's true.
So we're going to look a little bit at the comments section. Let's see.
All right.
My Revelation also says he wants to add Christopher Reeve to that 66 Batman.
Oh,
and
that
Wonder
would be
Woman
awesome.
Crossover.
You know what? That would be a great three-way crossover.
Yes.
What year was Christopher Reeve actually?
That would have been 79.
79.
Yeah.
Okay, well, you can still. It's not double digits, but I'm still cool with it.
Yeah.
Or not, it is double digits, but it's not the same digit twice. There we go.
I'd absolutely, yeah. I'd totally be on board adding him into that mix. That's kind of the, for the folks my age, that's the superhero trifecta.
That's
right there,
true.
Those three.
Yeah.
So to see them together in any.
With the resurrection of the Trinity title, right? I think it's only right that we have the classic Trinity
Absolutely.
returning to our screens.
My revelation also would like to see them do a Batwoman in one of the animated films that they do, those direct-to-DVD.
I would love that. I mean, I want to see Batwoman anywhere at this point, like live action or animated, but it would be super great to see. And I also think it's important because the animated films are how you bring new fans, you know, like kids and stuff, to learn about those heroes, because they're going to watch the animated films, and then from there it's like, oh, I want more media about that.
Right.
About
Absolutely.
that character. So that would be a great way to introduce more people to lesser known Bat family characters.
I agree. Well, that is going to be it for us. You know, that is the cavalcade of Bat news that we were able to squeeze into this time frame.
Yep.
I'm sure there will be plenty more to look at next week.
There's always new Batman.
That's right. But in the meantime, while you're waiting for that Bat news to come out, please subscribe here at theStream.tv. And also just keep talking to us in the comment section. We'll keep looking at that.
We're lonely.
We're so lonely. I'm so old. She's lonely.
Exactly. I only have my cats.
That's,
And he only has his memories.
That's true. And those are fading fast. So, yeah, make sure you do that and continue to tweet through us throughout the week with the hashtag Welcome to the Batcave. And we'll do our best to tackle all your Bat questions, suggestions, and affairs of the heart.
Oh.
I don't know if we'll do that, but
We will.
sounds
We will.
good. Okay.
Especially if Selena's involved.
All right.
I'm all about that.
Fine, then we're in. And thank you all very much for watching, and we'll see you next week here on Welcome to the Batcave.
Au revoir.